Alright. Earbuds. Okay. You know what, depending on what time you get off, because I promised AJ I'd give Loki a chance. All right. Okay. What is up, everybody? Okay, so I am a little behind. My apologies. Actually, I was currently gonna fix my controller here because we're having some drift issues, which I'm like, why? So I am late. That is completely my fault. I got distracted. I had a business idea I wanted to throw at my parents and see what their thought process was, and I got distracted in that conversation. We are now back. Last time, I believe we were EV training. With our Pokemon. I believe we were training everyone here on special attack, and we were. So, I believe I wanted to get everyone here level 20, see where our Pokemon were at, and then go from there. Right now we're beating up the Ghastly, and here we are in a fight. Okay. I'm gonna take a swig with my Dr. Pepper. Do all that jazz. I hope everybody's having a good time. I'm definitely late on this one. Actually, I don't even think I notified my Discord. Oh, hi, Mia. Sorry, I didn't see your thing until right now. How much did you hear of me explaining stuff?
The Dr. Pepper bit.
Ah, okay, cool, yeah. Sorry, I'm late. At Pokemon Trainers, we are live!
Are you doing the Nuzlocke again?
Publish! Yes, I am. As we do every Sunday. Or we're gonna try to anyway. Alright, let's do the water pulse. And he's gonna confuse me. What a bitch. How'd that hit? How was your day, Mia?
Pretty good. I was at my grandma's and I came home and played with my cat.
Rock on.
And then I read. What about you?
Nice. I got to watch, I spent the night at Hannah's. I got to watch the episode of Book of Boba Fett, play some Animal Crossing, which, oh my god, I'm addicted to that game. And then, what do you mean we captured command? I should probably turn my notifications off.
You're a traitor.
Set them to vibrate. There we go. What do you mean traitor?
Huh?
What do you mean traitor? I don't understand what I do.
Did that say capture Jedi?
No, it said we captured a command post from Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh.
How's the music sounding? I realized because I had to restart Streamlabs again. So not only did I have to restart my whole computer, like completely do all that, I had to do the same thing to Streamlabs with itself. And I don't know how the audio is sounding. Is the audio too loud, Mia?
You gotta shush for a second so I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
If it loads.
Yeah, I got pulling it up on my phone right now.
It sounds fine to me. You could turn yourself and me up a little bit.
Johnny says when we're gonna play Fortnite. When you guys answer the tags and when we go at Fortniters in the fucking Discord. Are you and Johnny in the Discord? Oh wait, is my Discord button working?
I don't know.
Is it gonna work? No. Ah, okay. Alright, my stream deck does not apparently want to work. What if I do this? So that's not working. That button's not working. God damn it. What is it? If I hit
love
the mute button?
technology sometimes.
The mute button's not working either? What about the home button? Home works. Okay, all that works. Well, because I had to redo Streamlabs and completely erase all the settings and then do it all over again, it fucked with my stream deck, so I gotta fix that. I meant to fix that earlier, but I got home, I was pitching my parents my business idea, and then, because I wanted to get their input, I'm uneducated in the ways of the interwebs. Yeah, so I've got this little handy dandy thing called a stream deck, right? This is what it looks like. It's a bunch of color panels, da-da-da-da-da. Dom, because I know that's you, I recommend getting one because you can link it up to Spotify, and you can press buttons to get certain tracks. So that way you don't have to shift through your Spotify to play a certain playlist when we play Dungeons & Dragons. You could just hit the button and it goes. I got to use it with Katie, Will, and Donato, and even though Donato completely screwed up my one shot, I will throw him under the bus. It still came out pretty good. I was able to get the laptop working and the music working, so that was pretty damn dope. So I'm glad I figured that out. But when I wiped my computer, all of my buttons got wiped, so I have to relink all of my buttons. But because then I had to wipe Streamlabs again, all my buttons decided to go, no, fuck you, we're not doing that. So I have to take time to do that. So what is my to-do list? That is for the 13th, which I will use as a starting off point. Do I work tomorrow? For 11 a.m.? Fuck my life.
Well, you're probably not going to be up late then.
You'd think. You'd think. Let me see. If I have to be up at 11 a.m., I'll worry about that later. But that means I don't get to... Because if it was a short shift, I could work on stuff for about 4 hours. But it is a full shift. It's 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So, I'm only going to work on it for an hour. I'm only going to work on one project for an hour, which right now, that is the current project that I'm working on. That is your D&D audio. Where's my pen? I don't know. We'll worry about it later.
You really don't have to edit that.
No, it's okay. I'm like, I got it.
I was joking when I asked for help on that.
I mean, like, it's on my list of shit to do. I got it right there, 12 p.m. usually. Well, for last week, I would do it at 12 p.m. I'd work on it for an hour, little by little.
Speaking of D&D, when are we gonna start our next campaign?
I don't know. I know it's been 2 months. I'm still looking for a place and working my ass off.
True.
I know I need to.
That snail?
I know I need to. It's been like, well, because it's like, I'm working on, you know me, I've got my hand in a lot of pots. And so, if I could make money not by working at Target, and I could be making money doing these projects, I would be doing it, and I guarantee you we'd be playing D&D a lot more often. But I can't. So, right now I've just been focusing on, because what do I got on my list? First part of the day, I wake up, I do my replies, I answer emails, apply for new jobs, do all that stuff. Ooh, we are out of water pulses after this. Then I work on the Patreon exclusive content. So right now, it's a matter of shifting through the footage, and because you gave me all the different project files, I have to go in, find the bits I want to keep, export those out, bring them into the new file where all of the footage will be put into a video and do all that. I work on that for about an hour. What days do you play Fortnite? I play Fortnite pretty often. Usually what happens is people will at me in the server to go play Fortnite, and then we play, and then I just record it, and then I send it to either Mia or Sky, but Mia really wants to edit the Fortnite videos on her priority list, so I usually just send them over to Mia. But so the point, usually it's just kind of random. We at the Fortniters in the server, so I would recommend going to our server and checking that out. Mia, can you drop the link to the server into the chat for me, please?
That's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so then 11 a.m. I'm working on commissions. And that's 11 a.m. and the 12 p.m. which are just that 2-hour slots. I usually, what do? You are out of wing attack, so you're not gonna hit anything. You might die. You also might die, so let's just not do it. Let's just run. How about that? Can we go back? What do you mean couldn't get away?
Let's just retreat.
You son of a bitch! I hope to God you don't have levitate.
What does levitate do?
That. It doesn't affect the wild ghastly. Levitate is a move where if I send... Oh, I have whirlwind. Oh, I can't switch it out. Motherfucker. Maybe I have something to deal with your shit, sir. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, yeah. So...
Levitated?
Commissions and... So basically there's a 2-hour slot where the commissions I focus on getting the props out. Right now, actually what just came in was I got my grandmother, has paid me money to make foam shields for my 2 little cousins. So the Velcro straps and hooks have come in for that, so that way I can work on that. So that will probably get done. So right now the question is, which one of these do I want to focus on as my hour a week for these full shifts? Because the commissions are straight up money, so I may as well focus on those first. And then when those are free, I can work on whatever the YouTube project is. Which could be anything on this. I don't think you guys can see it. I need to have a whiteboard cam. That'd be really cool. Maybe when I get my own apartment and can really, like, not have to put everything in my room, I could have it set up to where it's like, I can just have a camera cut to a whiteboard or something, and then I can stand up and show you the whiteboard. But there's a bunch of different projects. So right now, like, I'm helping Mia out because she helped me out, so that's what I'm doing. Once that's done, I'm going to focus more on getting these movie posters out for Mando and Chief, because you think they would be out by now, but no! I don't know!
It's supposed to be out before Mando and Chief came out?
No, those...
Or are you trying to sell them?
I'm trying to sell them. So there's going to be, eventually, when I get to them, there will be posters for Mando and Chief on the Redbubble. And Mando and Chief is part of our film channel, and I have a button right here that I would post, but I can't post it. But me and Nick...
I can put a link.
That would be great. Me and Nick worked on that for a while, mainly me, because I was the one doing all the animating, but he voice acted in it, so there was that. We hope that we can do another episode, but do live action. My Mando helmet is printed, and I'm currently working on it, because that was another thing that I decided to do was, in Dungeons & Dragons, I play as the Mandalorian. So every session, my hope is to do a little bit of work on the armor. I didn't get to work on the helmet this week, though, but that was because I progressed in other areas. Angel gave me a flight suit, as well as the chest and ab pieces and a shoulder piece for the Mando. So, that knocked out a lot of work right there. So, that was cool. Yeah! Yeah.
Did he 3D print you anything for it?
No, so...
Or did he just give it to you?
What, he gave it to me, and he's like, I'll give you the stuff if you make and print, if you print and paint Boba Fett's jetpack, because he's working on Boba Fett. And I told him, I'm like, well, because of how money is right now, I can't do that. So I told him, I'm like, I need to have some kind of, like, actual currency coming in. So how about the suit pays for either the paint job or the print? And so he decided the print. But the paints I need, I have to buy online, so it's a $72 paint job. So yeah. So he agreed to that. So right now he's waiting to get paid, but he's also waiting for his helmet to come in. Because he's like, I want the paint to match the helmet. And I'm like, we're probably going to have to paint the helmet to match the rest of the jetpack. Because it's really hard to... Because it's really hard to find something that was made at a factory, right? They're using a very specific paint. A mixture of paint that you can't get anywhere. So then you have to hope to God you can either find a mixture of that paint somewhere, or you... Don't you dare, you ball of shit. Anyway, whereas if you paint the whole thing with the same cans, it's all gonna match. So, it's however you want to do that. I have my preferences. I'm kind of like, honestly, because I mean he has the 3D printer too, and if he bought the jetpack, that means he has the helmet files. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, just 3D print the helmet, because your helmet will match your jetpack. Whereas now it's like, you're buying this, because I can guarantee you it's a Black Series. You're buying this Black Series helmet, which has a specific paint job, has all of this. I don't want to paint that. And at the same time, I would recommend looking at the Mandalorian Mercs website, because he wants to join the Mandalorian Mercs, and see what their policy is on Black Series. Because yes, Black Series are indeed very detailed, but the question is, are they going to be screen accurate? Because that's what these costume places, these groups are. They're more focused on screen accuracy, not that it's a Star Wars licensed product or anything like that. Do I have a thing that allows me to enlarge my screen, because I can show you what I'm talking about? I do, and my screen is very tiny. I'm going to fix that. All right. Boop. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a helmet and show you what I'm talking about. Okay.
I like your new overlay.
Okay, I got it. So this is a Black Series First Order Stormtrooper helmet. I do like these troopers. These troopers are cool. I'd love to do a kit, but I'd have to get a whole new helmet because they have teeth. Right there. They have that kind of teeth in the grill. Whereas if you have seen the movies, they have this hexagonal pattern here, which, trying to light up. There we go. This hexagonal pattern here continues all the way around it. There is no teeth in the actual movie. Now, maybe they might have changed it for the Rise of Skywalker Stormtroopers, but I know for at least The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, that is not what it is. So I wouldn't be able to wear this with the 501st. If I chose to be this. That's what that was. So I was telling Angel, I'm like, you better just get the helmet. I don't know why I went on that whole long rant, but here we are.
I don't know either. Because you got to talking about him making the jetpack and then him wanting to paint the helmet.
Right. Because for me, like, I'd like to get I want to get the jetpack done and out as quickly as possible. I like to be able to get people what they want quickly. If you're interesting, all of you are interesting, but if you're interested in getting a 3D print for your cosplay, or just to have like a little dongle on your desk, or like have a controller stand or something, you can send me your models, and you can either pay me through PayPal or through Fiverr, and I will 3D print it and ship it to you. You will get that stuff. I do that. I also do VFX for people, editing, all of that stuff. So, huzzah! Do we have any questions for the grind? Question mark.
Yeah, what do you do? Are you shiny hunting? Or
No,
what?
I'm currently just grinding. We lost I think half of our team in the last fight, and so we are fighting Ghastly because they give you special attack effort values. So they're gonna have a higher special attack by the end of all of this, and so that's kind of what we're doing here. Although Jaden is falling asleep, and I don't appreciate that. But we're gonna.
Well, kind of can't help that with the attack.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that'll wake him up?
No, even if I do, I don't want to risk him hypnosing again, and then that's just a waste of medicine. What I'm trying to do is get away. My Pokemon are not fast.
Noted.
But the idea
He
is
is a snail.
on one hand, it's like, I'm grinding because they're low level, but because I have to grind, I may as well focus on specific stats if I'm going to keep attacking the same Pokemon over and over again. And that's kind of what my thought process is. Because then, once they use, like, Water Pulse with Jaden over here, Water Pulse is going to be more effective. It's going to be way more effective. So I want to be able to just do that. and one-shot people with water pulses. Yeah. Plus, Team Galactic is gonna throw either a Toxicroak or a fucking Skuntank at me. And I am terrified.
Skunk tank? What's a skunk tank?
Skuntank is a giant-ass skunk that likes to end Nuzlocks real quick. He likes to do that, and I don't agree with it. Anyway, G-Tank. Bloop, 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 bloop. So yeah, like if we look at his base stats, do you see how the chart spikes in the darker area? That's
Second. Yeah.
That reflects the amount of Ghastly that I've destroyed. So now his special attack is even higher. Even though I really don't want him to be focused on special attack, because when you look at his numbers right here, he's better for attack anyway. I don't have anybody else on my team who is strong against for that. Everyone who's grouped up, I think these are my defensive people. These are the people I want to train in defense. I think that's what I decided. Yeah, because so that lighter yellow tells you what their base stats are. I don't have an exact number for you because it's a hidden stat, but that's what that yellow is. So this one is telling me he's really good in special defense, but because of his nature, I'm going to train him in defense anyway, because that nature is going to give him that boost. Yeah, so that's the hidden math in Pokemon that determine why Pokemon have different stats, and that's how every Pokemon is different. Even if you get 3 Turtwig, each one of those Turtwig is going to be different.
I mean, makes sense. No human's the same either.
Exactly. So, with that said, we healed our Pokemon. We're going to shove Flappa right back in the front. And then once Tobin gets... Well, hold on. Let me... Look. Where is... Frickin'... What's his name? Ralph.
I don't know.
Hi, Ralph. Where are you at? You're at level 21. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, you know what? I think this group is fine. This group is good. I know... Okay. I know Flappa's on the main team. We need Bepto. We're gonna need Tobin.
Why does Tobin sound familiar?
Tobin. Because I named him Tobin from Tobin's Spirit Guide. Because he's a ghost. Okay. Then we have Jaden, and I don't mind having a water type on the team. I think that's a good idea. So with that...
Yeah, isn't there a fire gym?
So Jaden, we have Tobin, we have Ralph. So we need one more person on the team. So one more person needs to be trained. So either I think we should train Patch, because we're about to go against a fighting type gym, and Boulder and Unacceptable are just gonna get fucking handed to them. So
Unacceptable.
what did I want to name? What did I want to train you guys in? I want to train you guys in something very specific. Attack. Cool. Awesome. What Pokemon around here can I fight that give off attack? That's a question.
Do you know where to find that out at?
Well, I know Machop is one of them. For sure. Let's go look at his habitat real quick. He's down here. Fuck. I can't go here until I fight Team Galactic. Unless I go all the way around this way. Which I guess I don't mind doing. But she's also not going to get experience quickly. Because of that level. But by the time she gets to level 20 though, that means her attack stat is going to be off the fucking chart. So...
She'll probably be fast, too.
I don't have a bike, but I have cut, so I actually don't mind this. We'll take the long way around.
How long ago did you start the new Nuzlocke?
I started it about 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Started about 2 weeks ago, and then immediately after the live stream, I download the stream, so that way when I edit my video for Couch Party Inc., I'll have all of my footage.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
So is that what you're doing from now on, just automatically downloading every video?
Pretty much. This is what I'm doing. What did I get? Sleep Talk. That's... Yeah, well, all the Ghastly that we just fought. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Alright. So if I can remember which Pokemon give off attack. Bidoof is HP, Starly is speed. I know Machop gives off attack. There's other ones that do the same thing. Question is, what are
Which Pokemon game is this? I could look it up.
This is Brilliant Diamond. But it's the same throughout all of the games. So if a Pokemon has an attack effort value in black and white, it'll have it in every game since. Ugh, shit. I only have 2 Pokemon, I'm scared. Just
Why are you
Roselia?
running with only 2?
Because, here's the next part, okay? There is a thing in this called the EXP share. The EXP share gives experience to all your Pokemon. If a Pokemon gets experience points, they get effort value points. So I have to be very careful with when I'm EV training. Because you can feed Pokemon a berry to get rid of effort values, but it's painstaking and sucks. I don't want to do it. I'm already gonna have to do it with Staravia.
The XP share?
I can't.
Oh.
So right now,
In Sun and Moon, they gave you the option to turn it off.
yeah, I don't think I have an option in this one. Or at least I haven't found it. So right now, I'm just gonna. I mean, we're fine because I mean, like, Ralph's got it in the bag. Ralph was pretty indestructible at this point. I hope he
Don't
never.
say that. Then next thing you know, he's gonna go down, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Please don't die, sir. Please. Let me find something for his. I know I don't want to lose him. I really don't. Oh no. Well, I got my berries. I got a peck of berry. That's fine.
Wait, there's ball capsules in this one?
Yeah, because they made their introduction in Diamond and Pearl.
I know that.
Here. We should have one for.
Contest.
We should have one for Ralph. What do we want to put on the ball?
Well, he is a grass type, so nature-related stuff.
Do we just want to use all of the Flora stickers?
We can.
Okay. Pop, do that. We'll do. Actually, hold on. We'll do that one at the top. This one right there. We'll take that one. Put on the bottom. Make a Y-shaped shape. Bop.
Are there cherry blossoms?
We got Flora stickers, so we're gonna use one in the front. We're gonna use one in the back. I got purple ones. Oh, we got the purple one here. Ooh, and then the rings of fire. We'll do 2 of them on the top. And then 3 of them on the bottom. And the gold stickers right about, where's the button? So, nope, that's not the button. That's the button. So put the purple one over there. So let's put the gold one up here. And then we can test it! Preview! Ta-da!
I think that's one of the things about watching the contests I did like in the anime was the fact that it let it out all pretty.
Oh yeah, no, I love ball capsules. If I was a Pokemon trainer IRL, I would be using ball capsules up the ass. I'd be customizing Pokemon.
Like...
I'd be making costumes for my Pokemon.
So you say you'll be a battler and a contester, huh?
I don't know about contests. I feel like I would enjoy the contest a lot because I like to be, I like to be flashy. I like entertainment. That's something that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably focus on more of like making my Pokemon look good during the Pokemon battle portion of the contest. Oh, I've cut. I can go back and cut stuff.
I'm not very showy. I personally would go for the battles.
Hi.
I'm like, let me battle my Pokemon all the way.
I just realized, I'm like, am I gonna get in a fight right now? No, this dude just gave me this dude just give me stuff. Just giving me stuff.
Why does he look like a tree?
He has green hair. Oh, I'm going to Orberg. I
I got another Star Wars book yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Master and Apprentice.
Yep.
I do want to get that book. I really do. because because it focuses on Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and I love Qui-Gon as a Jedi, and I wish I got more of him. Like when he showed back up in the Clone Wars, I was like, ah!
Well, I got Ahsoka last time because Ahsoka is my favorite character, and I really wanted to know what happened when she wasn't around. And then I got this one because it kind of popped out at me, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want to see what Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's relationship was like just to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of why I got that.
I wish there was I want them to make an animated series in the Clone Wars style, like bring the cast back, but I want it to focus in between episodes 1 and 2, focusing, traveling with Anakin and Obi-Wan throughout Anakin's, as a Padawan, because I feel like that's something I really want to focus on, especially with the, ooh, hey, hi, good chop, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Don't mind if I do. The, what is it? Remember Star Wars Visions, the Elder episode?
Yeah.
I want more of that.
Sort of.
I want smaller scale stories, right? Of just a Jedi and an apprentice. Like, that's all I want. That's all I need.
Like you wanted to focus more on the relationship?
Yes, I would. And, like, it would be great to have a lightsaber fight in there. Like, maybe Old Republic would be a good idea to do it. A good era to do it, because, yeah, it's like, the Sith are supposedly extinct, and the first one they find in a while is Maul, and then the next one that comes up is Count Dooku. So it's like, well, then who is the antagonist for that kind of a film? Well, that's when you could write multiple antagonists, and we just focus on a different antagonist throughout every story. But yeah, I want to see Anakin go through the trials.
When you talk about Jedi Padawan relationship, isn't that kind of what Rebels does? Like, I know there's a lot of fighting in Rebels, but it seems...
Rebels does do that, but it's not during the peak time of the Jedi Order. Like, we don't see, like, how the Council dishes out its missions outside of wartime. Right? Like, we see it a little bit in The Phantom Menace, we see it a little bit in Attack of the Clones, but we don't really get to see them... We don't get to see daily life in the Temple. We really don't get to see, life when it comes to, like, because sometimes Jedis are on a mission for years. What does that look like, Like, Obi-Wan talks about in the Clone Wars on how him and Qui-Gon were on a mission to protect Duchess Satine for years. And, what kind of mission does that look like? How does a Padawan go into that? What kind
They probably don't show all that because it's a little mundane most of the time.
Is it though? Is it though? But also at the same time, like, I just watched the new Book of Boba Fett, and I freaked out over a fucking fruit. So I'm like,
Hold on.
I'm not even gonna, I'm not gonna spoil it any farther than that, but I was like, oh my god, it's a Meilu run! And I just lost my shit. Yeah, we're fighting...
Meilu run.
Yeah, Meilu runs. You remember the fruit that Zeb and Ezra were chasing after with the Empire?
Oh, yeah.
It was like episode
and
3, I think.
One.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they finally, they got the one fucking fruit.
And they're like, screw this sucks.
Right, yeah, no, that was, well, that's the episode I'm talking about. I'm like, that's a... You know what, before we continue any training, let's revive that fossil that we found and see if he's good for attack.
You found a fossil?
I did. As soon as I got the Explorer Kit, I went underground and I did not come back out until I got a fossil.
Do you have any idea what the fossil is yet? Or
Oh,
are you gonna find out when you revive it?
It's a skull fossil. It's which will give us a Cranidos!
Cranidos is the one that looks like a beetle? Or the one that looks like a brown scyther?
No, that's a Kabutops. And, Kabuto. No. I don't remember the name of the dinosaur, but it looks like a very specific dinosaur. That one. It lived in jungles around 100 million years ago. Its skull is as hard as iron. Iron skull? Oh, we could call him Brainiac! I like Brainiac.
Cranidos.
Brainiac. Or, I lied. You know what?
Hardhead.
No, we're gonna... You know who else has a hard head? Nick. We're gonna call it Nick. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Nick. I love you. You're great.
Happy birthday, Nicholas.
And I said and I told him the next Pokemon we get, boy or girl, is gonna be named Nick. And ironically, it's a Cranidos that has a thick skull. Anyway,
Gonna be a hardhead.
all right,
I
let's
think
look.
Nick's more a smartass than a hardhead.
Oh, he is a smartass. 100%. He has a really good defense. And would you look at that? He has a really high individual value in attack. So you know what? We're gonna grind him up as well. My goal is to get let's get Patch to level 18. And then we'll continue our journey. That's my goal. But we can only hit Machop. Which is gonna be the really annoying thing, because it's like, oh look, there's a Geodude. It's like, that's great, don't care, give me Machop, please. Oh, you know who else? Shinx. Shinx gives attack.
It does?
Shinx gives attack. Last I checked. Because that was one of the things where I'm like, okay, cool, if I get a Machop, I can beat up a bunch of Shinx on the previous route, and then punch my way through Rourke. Yeah, homeboys. That's right. And then Abra gives you speed. Zubat gives you speed. I want to say its special attack was Psyduck. And then Onix and Geodude give you defense. So like when I caught my Machop the first time running through this on one of my first Nuzlocks of this game, I sat there because he was like level 8 maybe, and I knew the Cranidos was gonna be like level 14, 15. I was like, I'm gonna get you to level 13, but all we're gonna do is fight Machop and Geodude, because all the rock types usually only learn physical attacks primarily. So I'm like, cool. You're gonna be a very hard hitter, as well as you could take a lot of hard hits. And that's what's great about this route. You can find routes in Pokemon where the Pokemon will give you the exact combination of what you want, and you can just fight all of them. For example, I really liked in Pokemon Sword, if you go to the Axew's Eye, some days, all the Pokemon there will give you only attack and 2 effort values, or to 3 effort values, depending on who you're fighting. So if you wanted to get your attack stat maxed quickly, that was the place to go under the right weather conditions. But there was also, I think I wanted to do speed. I want to do speed and another stat. And the route where the daycare is on, in the wild area, would have the Zigzagoon, Flabébé, and Noibat, which give you speed. And then, I think there was another Pokemon, I think it was Special Attack. But there was another Pokemon there that would give you, I think Special Attack or Attack. And so I just fought all of the Pokemon there. And got the stats.
How do you remember all this?
The same way I remember my clone troopers. If it's not the presidents of the United States, I can remember them pretty easily. But I also, when you do it enough times, you start to remember things.
True.
But it's also you could
remember all that.
You could also assume a lot of them too. Like Geodude is a rock; those would usually give you defense. You always want to double check, but if you don't want to memorize them all, and he's a fighting type, you know, his whole deal is punching you. He would probably be physical attack. And some Pokemon will give you 2 different effort values for the price of 1 Pokemon. I can't remember on the top of my head which one, but I remember there was a Pokemon where it would give me attack, but it would give me defense. And I was raising a Pokemon that I wanted to raise for attack and special defense. And I couldn't fight those Pokemon because they would get defense effort values, and you can only get a certain total of number, right? So you have to be careful of what you fight. It's a whole thing.
Sounds complicated, but simple at the same time. It's so weird.
The math is simple. The complicated part is memorizing all the Pokemon's different effort values.
I don't usually EV train mine. I just kind of battle and go through the journey and do the side quests.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I used to do that, but then I got to a point where I'm like I've memorized this game head to toe. There have been plenty of times where I've I'm running around in this game, and I remember a spot in the old game, and it's there, and the item that I was looking for is right there. Sometimes there's changes, like the fucking Abra.
What'd they do to Abra?
There's these two trainers at the trainer school. When you in the original Pokemon Diamond, when you fight them, they know hidden power. And when you fight both of those trainers, you talk to the little dude, and the little dude gives you oh fuck, I didn't mean to fight the dude. Shit, that's gonna get annoying. What was I saying? See, like how his attack is +3, normally be like +2. Anyway, they would give you the Hidden Power TM, and Hidden Power is a move based off your individual values. So any Pokemon that uses Hidden Power, it'll be a different type depending on the Pokemon, but it depends on your individual values and what that is. So I was like, cool, well, I'm gonna get that. There's enough Pokemon here where I can test it on my Abra and try it out and see if they live or die, whatever. And you can through the process of elimination and reading the text box, if it reads super effective, not effective, or nothing. If it's nothing, it's a move that's regularly effective. So if I hit a Zigzagoon, if it does normal damage, cool, it's not a ghost type move. It's not, you know, a certain type of move. But if I attack a Shinx and it's super effective, okay, now I know it's a ground type move, right? That's kind of the process. But in this game, I go over there thinking I'm gonna fight a level fucking 15 dude that only knows Hidden Power, which is a gamble, but we're gonna, you know, I defeat these guys, I get the TM, and then I, you know, figure out what Hidden Power is on my Abra, because that's the only move I can teach him until he gets to like level 21, I think. And I get hit with Shockwave when I sent out my Starly. And I'm like, the fuck? Oh. So I beat them through the skin of my teeth, and I get the Shockwave TM, but I was not expecting that, and it also didn't help me because I was fighting people who were rock and ground types. The only person I could hit with an electric attack was that fucking Cranidos, but I'm not going to send an electric type out against a rock type. Poor me. Ah! I need to stop attacking this Geodude. I'm sorry.
I feel like I want to beat it up, but I don't.
It's like, the experience points, yes, but the defense effort values, no. Not today, Satan!
What's the most annoying Pokemon you got stuck battling because you couldn't run away?
Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I'm trying to think. What could that be? What could that be? What could that be? I was getting... Any Pokemon that knows Mean Look, honestly, if you know Mean Look or Arena Trap, Dugtrio! That's what it was. Fire Red and Leaf Green. You go through Diglett Tunnel to try to go back to the earlier routes, right? To go back to like Pallet Town and stuff. So you can talk to the lab assistant who's hidden behind these cuttable trees, but you can't go back there until, you know, whatever. It's just the way the map is set up, right? I'm going in, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. I need to leave. And I get hit with a Pokemon that knows the ability Arena Trap, which means I cannot retreat nor switch out my Pokemon in battle. It's really frustrating, and it pissed me off. And you know what pisses me off even more? I had this issue with the Ghastly the other day, I think. I have Staravia out, a normal type. Ghost type attacks do not affect it. Ghastly uses Mean Look. Only knows a ghost type move, which can't affect me. All I know are normal type moves. I can't affect it, so I have to wait 5 turns for Mean Look to wear off so I could switch out my fucking bird.
How long did that take?
I don't think it took me long, but it was like a drawn out. I think I had to spend like 8 minutes on that battle, which I'm like, it's 8 minutes I could be getting back somewhere else. If we do literally anything else for 8 minutes.
I think the most annoying Pokemon I ever got stuck battling was a Slowpoke.
Really?
Because it kept, like, putting me to sleep and I would kept waking up and I couldn't leave because it had me trapped somehow. I forget how. And so I had to keep waking it up and then attacking and then waking it up and attacking. It was so annoying. I think I was battling it for a good 15 minutes before I finally was like, yes, it's dead. One Slowpoke should not have taken that long.
What was a gym leader that you had issues with? Like, you just had such a hard time getting past this Or any roadblock, any Pokemon roadblock, right? Anything, like, it could be a trainer, it could be, like, a boss fight, it could be, like, fucking a gym leader.
Wait, did you ask what the hardest one to get by was?
Yeah, what was your biggest roadblock?
My biggest roadblock. Huh. I think my biggest roadblock was, oh, who was I trying to battle? Articuno? Yeah, Articuno, because it was in the ice caves.
Ooh, okay.
Articuno was terrible. It kicked my ass like probably 25 times. I was about to say, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. I soft reset so many times because I saved right before going into his cave so I didn't have to do the ice maze all over again. That was frustration.
Fuck!
Even with fire type.
You know what?
What about you?
I had a similar. Now that you say that, I have a better one. I was gonna say Claire from fucking Heart Gold and Soul Silver. She's a bitch, but no. The more I think about it, I think Rayquaza was the biggest roadblock I had because I wanted to catch it in Pokemon Sapphire, and to get it in Sapphire, you had to go. Obviously, you have to go to the Mirage Tower. You have to go through these floors where you have to time using the Mach Bike very precisely, and if you fail, you fall through the floor, and then you have to get through that floor's tiles to then go up to the next one and try again, right? Okay. Finally get to the top, I saved my game, I'm like, cool. I shit you not, I spent 3 weeks trying to catch this motherfucker. The battle would get drawn out to the point where, because I came packing, right? I had 99 Ultra Balls, I had, I think I had 20 Timer Balls, or 30 timer. No, I think I had, I don't know, I had a lot of timer balls because, and then I had all the ethers and the, you know, all of the PP revive stuff, lots of revives, whatever. I'm like, you are not going to kill anybody on my team. We are not whiting out. Well, it would get drawn out to the point where he'd lose all of his power points, and then would you struggle. And when I get him to such a low health, he would literally kill himself because he ran out of moves to use.
How did he do that?
Because in Pokemon, if you run out of power points for each one of your moves, right? So looking at Ralph right now, right? I can use Tackle 35 times, Withdraw 40 times, Leafage 40 times, Razor Leaf 25 times. He used all of it up, and when you don't have any more and you want to attack, you do what's called Struggle. It's basically Tackle that does only a little bit of damage, but it also does recoil damage because all you could do is throw yourself into the enemy. And he would do that, and it would piss me off.
I'd imagine. What's the most annoying move to get hit by?
Let me think about it. Confuse Ray. Confuse Ray. Any move that can get you to be confused, because sometimes your Pokemon are like, I refuse to be confused and will hit straight through, no problem. Other Pokemon be like, and smack themselves in the fucking face. And Groddle, dodge! Grab this crowbar and slam it into my nose? No, that is not what I said. So it's very, very annoying, very frustrating. I do not like it. Do not like to be confused. It messes me every day, but, you know. What if?
That's a little self-deprecation.
A little bit. A little bit.
The worst one for me, in my opinion, is probably sleep.
Really? How's your attack only go up by one,
so
Ralph?
frustrating. What am I doing in Call of Duty?
He wants to learn Bite. Yes, you can. Wow, I'm surprised all these moves are physical. The way it's animated, it looks like a special attack, so I'm like, oh, it must be a special attack. No, it's fucking...
That was odd.
What was I?
I was logging into my Blizzard to update my Call of Duty.
Ah, I see.
Because I might go play with my brother in a bit.
Nice.
You sounded like the
Mine.
seagulls off
Yep.
of Finding Nemo. Mine.
Mine.
What, did the one seagull go Super Saiyan or something?
God, that would be hilarious.
Have you ever played Ninja?
Have I ever played?
Like the IRL game?
Oh yes, I've played that. The one where you like each person takes a swing at each other and you try to get rid of everybody's limbs or some shit.
Yeah. Well, they were all in my graphics arts class when I was still in school. My entire lab was huddled up in the corner because we were having like a game day, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the heck are you guys doing just around in a circle? They're like, we're playing Ninja. I'm like, what the hell is Ninja? So we were playing it, and there's like 30 of us in the lab, right? So you can imagine how chaotic this was. And they were joking around doing the like joining pose and the over 9,000 bullshit.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball.
Like, yeah, pretending that they fuse with each other and then they jump at each other. There was one time it was my turn, and somehow I ended up smack in the center of everyone because I got knocked off balance trying to avoid the person that smacked at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm fucked. Because I was sitting here smack in the middle of 30 people, and the one whose turn it was next was right in front of me, and he just goes, "You're lucky I like you," and jumped for someone beside me, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Stupid
I'm not very flexible. That's like, it seems like it's, what's that one where you put yourself in all sorts of positions to touch
Twister.
the colors?
Twister.
Yeah, it seems like Twister without the color mat.
God, I haven't played that in forever.
I'm not flexible enough for that shit.
Well, that's the point. It's like it's just a party game. It's not a sport. It's not competitive. It's a game where everyone gets together.
Competitive.
Yeah, it's a party game.
Mhm. Have you ever played the card game Spoons?
Spoons? No, I've heard of such game, but don't know how to play.
Depending on how many people you have, you take them and minus a spoon. So you have one less spoon than you have players. And the name of the game is to get 3 of a matching card or a matching set.
Yeah.
And you have to pass on cards, and you can only have so many of them. Well, and you put the spoons in the center of the table. And as soon as you get a match, I am gonna go. I'm getting a call.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Iris. What are the... There's a word I had for it. I don't remember it at the moment. I want to find the... What's that hissing sound exactly? I'll have to figure that out. Nope, that's Judy. Don't want to do that. I'm going to load up the questions for the grind chat and try to answer them. People have answered them. Oh. If you go to the Discord chat, we have that chat room under chats, I think. Yep. Let's see if anyone's got anything new. Why do I look like that? Because my mom and my dad got very horny one day and were like, we want a child. And then did-a-do, and now I'm here looking like this. And that's why I look like the way I do. Huzzah! That was the only question in the chat, so I've got no other questions. I don't know why I'm tired. I've been actually up for a lot of today. Normally I'm sleeping in, or I tried to. There's a point where like all last week I had short shifts, so I would work on YouTube for the first 4 hours of the day, right? Take my little sister to school, come home, take a shower, work on my stuff. And then I had work at 5 p.m., but I would get done at around 1 p.m. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm either going to play video games, take a nap, or both. That's usually what I would do. I have not had that at all the last 2 days. Oh, fuck, I got a full shift as a cashier, which is fine. And then I got Friday off, so heck yeah. You gotta love it when you get your Fridays off, man. Because then they're not supposed to schedule me for Saturdays and Sundays, which means I get Saturdays and Sundays off. So I'm like, well, good. Maybe Friday I'll go see Grandma. I don't know. Something. I want to talk to my grandma about Mandalorian armor. Which is not her forte. She doesn't realize a lot of time what I have to do to get my stuff done. So it's always fun to explain to her how I want to do a costume. She's like, that's not how that works. I'm like, that is how that works. But I have to show you that it can work. So let's just do it. And they've been talking about, I'm like, let's just do it and see. Because I'm the one wasting money on it, not you. It's, you know, don't. That's what I've been doing. And then we get the stuff, and then it just somehow fucking works. So it's pretty funny. It is very funny how that works. Hello, Machop. We meet again. You'd think I'd find a shiny this way. Usually I do. Usually when I find shinies, it's because I'm grinding or I'm like goofing around. One of the two. Totally random. Leafage! I feel like we're not getting a lot of experience. Because, like, yeah, Patch is still level 11. I don't even know if Patch leveled up yet. I don't know where we're at on that. What's up, Chop? How are you? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna beat the living shit out of you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, let's run out of leafage and see where we get. Because I got a feeling that that'll do it. Yeah, actually, let me just look at the Pokedex. Where can I find Shinx? Oh wait, there it is. There's Shinx. Bop. Okay, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Here we go. Alright. So I can find you all the way at Fugo Ironworks. And then right here is where I'm... That's counting what's right there, not anything above there. What about... How about you, sir? You are only found here. That's not good. Your speed. I know Gyarados' attack. I don't know any other Pokemon that can be attacked. So I'm gonna figure out what that is currently. And how we're gonna do that. Because I'm not entirely sure. Google Chrome. Scooby-Doo-Bop. Alright. Pokemon with attack, EVs, Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl. Boom. Here we go. Yeah, I know how this all works. Show me the... Give me the list of Pokemon. I don't need all this other information. This is why I like Cerebi. I could literally just go to Cerebi and just, like... It'll give me the whole list. It'll just give me the list of Pokemon. It doesn't give me a whole article on it. Cerebi attack EV. EV listings. Boom, attack. This is why Cerebi is the best. Alright, let's scroll down and see what we find. Any Pokemon that I've already been running into recently? Sinnoh region. Cranidos gives attack. Mothim, Honchkrow, Chatot, Gibble. Wow. Snover, but we're not even at that. That's way into the game. Okay, so literally all it is Machop, Shinx, and then until we get to Snow Point, Snover. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass, monkey. You are the only one left? feel like, yeah, your attack is really abnormally high. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong fucking shader. Yeah, so it is working. We'll use the rest of his leafage, and then we'll just go back to the journey. And then we'll just keep Patch in the front. Or in the back. Not the front. That's the last place I want her. Not putting her in the front. We will put her in the back. So with that said, let's go to hit this button. This is really cool. I'm going to dick around with the transitions more. I want it to be better. I did not make these. These are built into Streamlabs. Obviously, I got to rehook up all my buttons. That's going to be priority. But I do want these streams to be a lot better, and so there's gonna be some things that I'm gonna be cooking up in the oven to make it that way. Did I just beat the shit out of another Geodude? I'm not paying attention. I really should be paying attention. You think I would be? Oh well. Leafage. Do. Alright, come here. Actually, how much more leafages do we have? Because we should have a bunch. Overgrow. There we go, 12. Alright, we got 12 more. Hello. What was I saying? So yeah, like certain things I want on the Twitch. Right now I gotta figure out how I want to do this. So I would really like Discord avatars for the people who show up on my streams. Now, I get that that is a lot of work because I have so many people who do help me out. And then I also want to have stuff in the thumbnails too. So I'm gonna try to work on, and I might just do it myself. I do need to go get like an Apple Pen or something for my my tablet. So I can do it, but I do want either that or if I can find an artist. I'm gonna try finding an artist first, but I want these character sheets for the different people who play video games with me. So that way, like in my YouTube videos, I can cut to we can animate them in, or we can edit them in. I could also use them for merch, and I could also use them for like Discord avatars, right? So I'm going to try to make some. I am new to digital art. That's not a thing I do, but it's another thing that I want to look into. So I'm gonna try to look into that. I could storyboard and sketch out what I'm looking for in a thing, but like as is like what I'm trying to do, I don't know. Why did I do that? Why am I fighting these Geodude? My brain's just not computing here. God damn, I'm like screwing up the stats, guys. I'm sorry. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna run away. Run away, run away. Ah! Okay, and it's a Geodude. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I do need to make a bunch of stuff. I have an idea how I want to do it. Kind of. I have an idea. I know the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. So I'm gonna start with that. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Why not? Who cares if I'm not the best artist in the world? I can do it. It'll still be funny. And then 10 years from now, when I look back at it, I'd be like, oh, I sucked. But I got here. I got to the point where I'm standing. I've already been doing that kind of now. Like when you go like watch a lot of like my earlier stuff on like my YouTube channel, like even though on the film channel there's not a lot, but there's definitely been a higher like quality the more I go, the more I do, and the farther I move forward. So it's a fun thing to like go back and watch. Even some of the gaming stuff too. Like it's fun to reminisce and look at where I came from and where I'm at now. Like the game, like I can't wait to see what the gaming channel looks like in 2029. I'm gonna see what it looks like 10 years after it came out. Or was it gonna be 2028? I think we started in 2018. Sounds about right to me. Should be. Yeah, sounds correct, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How many more do we have? 8. Wow. Okay, cool. I'm not really good at talking to myself. You think I would be because I talk to myself a lot, but I don't. I'm trying. Trying. But yeah, where am I at? Where am I at next on my list so I can hyperfixate on that for a second? My schedule, I can rant about that. I'm gonna rant about that. So, right now, where am I at in life? I want to get my own place. I have a list of roommates who are my potentials. It looks like for the most of us, 3 out of the 4 of us are ready to go. We want to go do it. So right now it's just saving money and trying to find a place. I am looking at this mobile home park, which looks like a really fun idea. It's in a pretty cool spot of town because there's a bunch of fast food near it, a grocery store, and near the freeway too. So that's really convenient as a person who does travel the freeway a lot. So it's currently on the list, and then I really want to focus on, like I said, the channel. Right now I've told other people this, but right now I'm trying to make sure that all the internet stuff that I do can create a financial return, so that way I can go and quit my day job and I can do this for a living, because this is fun and I enjoy doing this. Like, playing video games as a job is great, but I love studio production. I love production. I don't know why so much. I like the idea of making videos all the time. I was just talking to my parents about how I want to do this. I want to have like my own game store. Like, I want to have a store that is not only just a store where you could buy collectibles and you could buy used video games and stuff, but you could also, it's a hangout spot. So you can get together your friends and play Dungeons and Dragons. We can teach you how to play certain games. Maybe you and your friends are like, oh, you know, we really would like to get into Dungeons and Dragons, but we don't have a DM. It's like, okay, cool. Well, you come to us. Our employees can DM for you. Like, I feel like that would be super cool. So we could have a special, like, then I could get paid to be, or, you know, I mean, obviously I'd be my own boss, so I can do whatever I want at that point. And then we could have somebody who could be like, okay, cool, well, they'll DM for you. You know, like, you give us the, especially me, I'm totally down to just do whatever, but if you give me a whole thing and we plan it out, I'll do it. And I'd love to DM for other people. I think that'd be fun. But I do know there's specific things about the store that I want, which means I'm going to need to get a large space for it. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to prioritize it so that if I don't get a space for it, I can do it. But the idea is that there would be, so first there would be an area to where you could rent either a couple tables, or I want to have like a subscription-based service where not only could you use the tables whenever you want, but you could also, or you could reserve the tables pretty much whenever you want. You got to call us ahead of time. But you'd also get 5% off of any and all store purchases. So if we're selling like the Black Series helmets or whatever, you can buy them from us at a 5% discount or a 10% discount. I don't know yet, probably 10%. I don't want to be like crazy expensive. I want people to be able to come in and have a good time and leave with things that they want. I want to have an area set up for specifically crafting and cosplay and miniature artwork. I want to have some tables set aside specifically for you to get out paints. Like, you can go and purchase paints from your own collection, and we'll have tools and stuff that you can use, so that way you can paint your minis, or if you're into cosplay, you can work on your costume there. I feel like that would be a really cool thing to do. So I know I want to have an area set up for that, so maybe part of your subscription is those tools are covered. You can then go in and use our tools to then build out your cosplay stuff, and then we'll be there to help you build them as well, so that way if you need help and like putting on your cosplay or whatever, you could do that. I think that would be really dope. The other part that I want like a little library section. I want to be able to put out some chairs and some bean bags and have some shelves of books, like the source books for D&D, comic books, manga, that kind of stuff, so that way you can sit down and have a read, or if you want to purchase the book and then read it, you can do that too. You know, I think that's a really fun thing to do. And then I want a hangout area set up for, and this would just be free to everybody, but I want to set up some TVs and some old game consoles, so that way people can play like the original Xbox and play like Halo or Super Monkey Ball or the N64 and Smash or the GameCube and Mario Kart Double Dash. You know, just, you know, party games. So that way it's like, because a lot of us nerds are adults. Some of you have children. Well, now you can peruse the store, and then your children can go play those Xbox games. Or, like, you're hanging out with a group of friends, or say if, like, you're teenagers who, you have a lunch, right? You want a hangout spot. Cool, you can go there, you can play our video games for a little bit. And and then I want a snack bar. Either a snack bar or vending machines. That depends on the place. I think that's the first one to get cut. Either, if I don't have the space for it, it'll be vending machines, but if I do have the space for it, I want a full snack bar. I want it, you know, that way you can go in and you can buy some snacks and stuff and hang out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know anything to go about doing it, but I feel like it'd be a really fun idea and I would really like to try it out. Where am I at on Morgana? But the idea is that then I could use that money to... I could use one more time. I could use that money to be able to fund, like, the YouTube projects as well as, you know, keep the business afloat and ultimately doing what I love, which is just being a nerd. I think I've learned at this point, I love being a nerd. I love being able to help out other nerds. I like being able to, like, I love going to conventions. I love negotiating with people to try to get, like, a lower price on something. Like, I went to, there was a dude, he was selling Lego minifigures, and I was buying up, like, almost all of his Clone Trooper minifigures, but I told him, like, hey, can I get some kind of discount? Because I'm buying a lot of these, and I'm really not supposed to. And he's like, yeah, we'll throw it a discount. So, it is pretty cool. I like that stuff. I'd love to have a booth at a convention. I feel like that's on my bucket list for sure. Have a booth at a convention. Like, I'm about to go to Star Wars Celebration, hang out with a bunch of other nerds. Like, I really love doing that, and so I think having the store and having a community of nerds and helping people out and doing nerdy, geeky shit, I'm like, that's all I want to do in life at the moment. So, why not try to make that how I make a living? I feel like that would be very fulfilling. So yeah, that's kind of the idea that's been running over in my head for the past couple of weeks, over and over again. Like, I've had the idea several times throughout the years. It was just more of like, I don't think I've actually sat down and thought about how I'd want it to be constructed until now. So there's that. So yeah, definitely stoked. I know we'd have a lot of handcrafted items too. I do like making things in my hands, so I'd probably be like making custom kits for Spartans and Stormtroopers and da-da-da-da, and you can buy the kit. Anyway, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. If the button does not work. And I am back. Okay, so I am back. I was thinking about this, right? Because you know how you have really good ideas when you're in the bathroom for no absolute fucking reason? It's just always in the bathroom. Like, why is it always in the bathroom? I have a theory about that. But I'm thinking what we can do is that instead of the store, because part of me is like, I don't know what I want for the aesthetic of the store. I'm a fan of so many things, right? So I was trying to figure out, like, how do I blend that all together? Because I'm a huge fan of all of it, right? So I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking. So I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and one of the key things from Star Wars, like one of those main things that sometimes, like, when somebody says Star Wars, what comes to, I'm not gonna say everybody's minds, but to a lot of people, Mos Eisley Cantina, the cantina scene when Luke and Ben go into the bar and they're looking for a pilot and all that, right? That's very reminiscent to a lot of people. A lot of people reminisce over that. So what I'm thinking is the snack bar is Mos Eisley themed. I could take, like, spackle and make it look like the walls of the different houses on Tatooine. Like, I can make the snack bar area look like Tatooine, right? And have our little Mos Eisley cantina. The medieval fantasy part of me can be put into the dungeons, into the tables, the areas where everybody wants to, it's going to be designed more specifically for Dungeons and Dragons, but you can play whatever you want, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, whatever. That's going to be, I'm going to make it a very medieval fantasy kind of theme, like Lord of the Rings, kind of, probably, most likely. A mixture of all of it. Zelda, Lord of the Rings, Robin Hood, all that. The library, on the other hand, the area where all the books are, I'm going to theme after Hogwarts. I'm going to theme it after Harry Potter, and you go to, like, we could have not a restricted section or something, or maybe, just kidding, I'm not gonna have a restricted section. That would imply we sell something else. Not gonna do that. But I'm thinking, and then I don't know. I'm thinking. Okay, so then the area where all the video games are at, I'm gonna call it the Game Corner, and I'm gonna theme it after Pokemon, specifically the Game Corner from Diamond and Pearl, because that's my favorite Pokemon game. But that is what I'm thinking. It's not great at the moment. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I have too many ideas. There is a store, there is a building where I feel like it would be big enough to be able to do all of it in. The problem is that the people who own it want way too much for the space. And I was talking to my parents about it because, and I told them, I'm like, well, eventually it's going to get to a point where it's going to become a loss. You're going to have this building that you're going to have that you've been paying for, and you want a business to be ran in it, but if you have the rent too high, nobody's going to want that business. The building used to be for a restaurant. It was built specifically for restaurants. For me, I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm looking for. So I have to try to convince them to not do that. Mainly because it's like, if I am selling food, there are a lot more health codes I have to follow if it's just a regular ass store. If, you know, the snack bar kind of thing, we're not making the food, it's going to be packaged food. So we're going to make sure we have Doritos and Cheetos, soda, popcorn is going to be on the list. I'm going to make sure we have Pockies and all of, like, the Japanese stuff that people like, Haichu, probably gum, Starburst, all the things. All those things that you'd probably find at, like, say, like a snack bar at, like, your church or something. Like, that's kind of the thought process. Nothing too crazy. Energy drinks. And it is a very big building. It has an upstairs loft, a downstairs, and because it was a restaurant, and it has how do I explain this? It has this an area underneath the loft that you can rent out specifically because it's quieter and all that good jazz. So I'm thinking that area would be the library. I'd have shelves up. There'd be books along all the walls, and then a couple islands of shelves to also put books. I think that'd be really neat. With that said, I think the next portion is, because the next part of the building, the upstairs, is where it'd have all the YouTube stuff, all the studio, the green screen, desks with computers so that way we can edit and stuff. That's where that would be. The main game store business would be on that lower floor, and I shit you not, I could put everything on that single floor. The snack bar, the gaming area, the D&D tables. There is so much room in that building that I could do it. Right now the issue is I don't have the money to be able to pursue it, because I would need stock. I would need to have so much stock in what they have at the store. I'd have to be able to sell everything, right? And then we're talking the stuff. I don't have the tables. I need to go buy that furniture, and a good start would be getting the stock to sell the collectibles. Like, okay, you know, buy the Funko Pops from Funko, sell them at the that's a fire type. You know, sell the pops, you know, stuff like that. You know, I gotta sell that, and then I'd also have to go on, I don't know about eBay, but I would put up a sign saying that we will buy your used games, no matter what it is, because I think that's important. I think that's important when buying a game, and I don't want to be overly expensive. I mean, there was a shop that was here in town at our local mall, and it was really annoying because what would happen is that they didn't put price tags on their stuff. I bought stuff from them, and I didn't even get... They didn't know what they were doing. Because I bought Pokemon Pearl, well, it had an English label, but it was a French game. I still have it. It plays. I can trade Pokemon with it, so the game thinks it's legit, but it's not at all what it was described. So, because they bought everything off of eBay. Not saying that no one posts anything good on eBay, but you do have to be careful when buying, especially Pokemon games. Pokemon cartridge games are very easy to fake, and people do that, so you have to be careful of what you're doing. They would take the game, and they would Google the eBay prices right in front of you, and then would make you pay, you know, whatever the high price was for it, which are like, dude, that's not cool. So, I know for me, if I get a game, I'm the type of person that it's like a Pokemon. There's certain games where I'm like, I'm selling it based on the game and what the game has, not for nostalgia and the fact that they don't make it anymore, because I think that's just, you're scalping people money at that point. Because I know too many people where it's like if you want Pokemon Emerald, right, you can get it on your phone, right? You can get a Game Boy emulator on your phone, you can download the ROM for free, and you can have the full experience of playing Pokemon Emerald on your phone. I don't want to scalp people over video games, and I think people want to complete their collections, and I don't think that's... So for me, first of all, whatever my price is, it's going to be set. Calculating the price of the game, it will be based off of, like, I'm gonna go onto the internet and find, like, let's say if I had Pokemon Emerald in my shop, right? I would go on Amazon and eBay to see how much people are selling it, and then I'd probably sell it to you for the average price. And I think that's where it should be, and I'm not gonna budge on that, because I'm not in, and here's the thing, if it's in great condition, that's what I'll do, if it's in really good condition. If it's not in good condition, if it's missing the label, or if there's like a scratch on the cartridge, when it comes to Pokemon Emerald, it will be a $20 game. I am not going to force your hand. Because I think at the time when Pokemon Emerald came out, which I'm gonna go look that up, and that's something that's gonna factor in my prices too. What was it when it was first released? How much was Pokemon Emerald when it came out? $34.99. It was 35 bucks, okay? 35 bucks. I know what you can get $35 today. I know how much of the game you can get. And it is drastically different. If there's something wrong with it, I would sell it to you for 20 bucks. If it's in perfect condition, still in the box, I'd look up the average and I would post it for the average. It's just, you know, there's a certain point where I'm like, I don't know. I'm willing to buy collectibles from people. Legos. I will buy your Legos and then probably resell them. Like, you know, I'm down to do stuff like that. It's not a big thing to me, but I want it to be a mix of everything. I want it to be a happy mix of everything. I want it to be where anything is possible. Whatever you're looking for is possible in this store. That's kind of what I want to do. No matter who you are or what kind of collectible you're into, I mean, if you're passionate about it, I want us to be passionate about it. And I want to be able to find whatever item or whatever experience you're looking for and be able to get that to you. That's kind of my thought. That's what I want. So yeah. I think it's a really cool idea. I feel like it is really doable. There's a building in town that will allow me to do it. It's just a matter of the actual, like, print, the finances, and, you know, who do I talk to be able to get this going. I've never owned a business like this. I've known several people who have started businesses and have gotten to a certain point. So who do I talk to? So I'll talk to them and figure out what my next step would be. But even then, I need to have a better income than what I'm doing. Like, I am working Target. I have a friend where, you know, it is very hard for her to be able to be independent, and so there is a government program that will pay me to take care of her. We're looking into that, and then ultimately, I'd like this to be my main source of income, and so we're gonna. And then I'm doing the commissions and stuff, which, if you are interested in the commissions, I do actually stream the 3D print when I start 3D printing them. So I think next will be either a helmet or a knee plate of Boba Fett. One of the two, I think. Now we're here. We are going to go ahead and storm this building. We're going to put Patch all the way in the back. We're going to put, I think, Jaden up front. Because Tolbin, Bepto, and Flappa are what's going to carry us to the next gym. I'd like them not to die, so we're going to start off with Ralph and then Jaden, and then since Patch is the lowest, we're going to put her on the bottom. Actually, hold on. Because they usually send out Zubat and Wormhole, right? You can take care of the Zubat. I don't know about you, though. They do send out a lot of poison types, so Mud Slap is going to slap. So actually, why not? Let's do that. We're going to try that out. I think that's how we're going to do it. Douche, douche, douche. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Alright, here we go. In here. Let's go fight Team Galactic. Do 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 do. Alright, let's. Yep, you got Patch, you got Jaden. Alright, let's hope we don't die. I wish I could hear the music. I'm sad that I can't listen to it. I did find a cable that I do want to purchase that is going to help me do that. One of the things that I can't do is I can't hear my game audio. I have you in through my earbuds through my computer because I was in a Discord call. And when I'm in a Discord call, I can't really listen to the game audio because if I turn on the game audio for me to listen to and hear, the program will pick up whatever's going to my headphones to record. So you end up hearing not only the conversation with my friends, like you'll be able to hear my friends, but you're also going to listen to what is it? Oh, it's not very effective on Whirlpool? I thought it would. Okay. You're going to hear the music twice overlapping on each other, and I don't want to do that to you guys. But there is a cable that I can get that will help solve that. It plugs into one end, plugs into the computer, one end plugs into my monitor, and then the other end my headphones plugged into. And that allows the monitor to bypass the audio into my earbuds. It's a whole thing. I'll have to draw it out on a chart at some point, but it's definitely there. Ooh, see that? Meh. Now, you were a poison type, I'm pretty positive. I'm gonna be really upset if this doesn't work. Really? Really? Alright, fuck it, I'll water pulse you. Ka-chow! Zubat's gone. Goodbye, Cthulhu. God, could you imagine if we teach Patch Hyperfang? Good lord. Yay, told me to level 20. Yeet. Wants to learn Curse. I'm gonna say no to that one. Floppa grew to level 25. Floppa did carry us through that last gym. Oh man, I hope we don't lose anybody. The last time I did a Nuzlocke for this, the third gym like nearly kicked my ass. I think we lost everybody but one or half the team. One of the two. That Lucario was a dick. Okay, we'll use a mud slap on you to. Oh no! What have I done? No, what have I done? What have I done? Okay. Oh god. Oh. Let's try that again. That would have been bad. And then I'm thinking the next electric type would be Electabuzz and or Pikachu. And I'm fed up with Pikachu at this point. I don't want another Pikachu. I really don't. I like the knockoff Pikachus more than I do Pikachu. Not a fan. It's just Pikachu's in everything, and it partly is because he is the mascot of Pokemon. There's a certain point where I'm like, I'd like to focus on literally anything else. Like Pokemon merch is really hard for me because they don't have they have very little of my favorite Pokemon. And I was really excited for Build-A-Bear to have it again with the new remakes, and they didn't put it out. And that is Piplup. They did not have Piplup at Build-A-Bear. It's all Gen 1 Pokemon minus Espeon and Umbreon, which really irritate the shit out of me. Because I want my Pokemon and my team. Which doesn't help that we're like really close to 1,000 Pokemon at this point. We are really close. So I know that doesn't... I know that really doesn't help. But there's got to be some kind of solution. But that's why I like Etsy and stuff, because people will make literally anything. So maybe I need to Google Piplup on Etsy and just see what I find. That would be fun. A window shopping episode on the internet? Oh my god, that'd be great. Oh man. Oh, that's what I need to do too. Fuck. Sorry, there's a lot of things on my plate that I'm realizing as I continue forward. I'm like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. For one example, we do have a Patreon supporter, so if you want to support us, the link should be connected to my Twitch profile somewhere. But we do have a Twitch follower, so thank you, SpongeBoy. I believe that is the name that you were using. Thank you for that. I am going to have a little spot for when we do have a commercial break, and so the very first thing that comes up during the commercial break will be this is brought to you by viewers like you, thank you, and we're going to have your name plastered on the thing, and then at the end of the month, as we get more, I will update it and put more names on there. So thank you for your contribution. You are helping us run this show, and I am very grateful for that. Thank you. We'll fight this bitch with her one Pokemon, and it's a Silcoon. That's the thing. It's always going to be the Wurple family, the Zubat family, and then sometimes something else. Glameow. The scientists will always have an Abra or a Kadabra. I believe we will be fighting one fairly soon, which I am terrified of. Hi. At least you're paralyzed, so maybe you won't harden right now? No, but you'll slow down my speed. None of that's gonna help you or anything. I don't know why you would do that. Dot 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 dot. Dot! Silcoon fainted. What? No. I didn't know that was possible. I know I have Zelda. I don't think Zelda has any chibi stuff. I need to look at that. Art is a very weird thing for me, right? I would like to do... So recently I was talking to my friend who does art, and she when I was explaining what I wanted, finally clicked with her, and she's like, that is a lot of work, and I don't want to do it. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So, talking with a couple other people, they don't want to do it, so I'm sitting here, I'm like, either I have to find somebody on Fiverr to pay them to do it, or I need to do it them myself. Now, I do want them to be professional looking, so I obviously don't want to do it myself, but I'm also at that point, I'm like, do I want to do this? Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of just want to do it just to see how far I get. I'm not the best artist in the world, I'm not, but I do know the more I do it, the better I will get at it, and learning art is a good way to figure out, get my ideas out. Hi, somebody's here. Who's co-hosting with me? Who's co-hosting with me? Hello? Oh. Hi, Angel, is that you? Angel?
Yeah, I am here.
Oh, that is not Angel. Brandon! Hi.
This is Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. I just thanked you on the stream for your patronage. Thank you. How are you, by the way? I've just been ranting, going on and on and on about ideas that I've been having in my head.
Oh, I'm good. I was finally able to meet up with that band.
Oh, how did that go?
It went really good. They're gonna think on it a bit.
Okay.
And honestly, they seem like really cool people. They said that even if they decide like to not like have me join the band, they still want to just like hang out and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that's dope.
Pretty cool on that front, definitely.
Lost
You know,
Boys.
we met up because the place that they practice at is actually like their grandparents own a church here in town, so just there in that space.
Okay.
And it didn't go that great because like they didn't really know, because they primarily do like their own stuff, so they were trying to like a feel for me by like doing covers, and they didn't really know much at all.
Yeah.
Like we only really did like War Pigs by Black Sabbath, and then they just put on like a karaoke version of a song that I picked to see my vocal range, and they really liked it.
Okay.
I mean, they mentioned like, oh, your pitch is really good. You could be a little bit warbly sometimes. Like, yeah, no, that's entirely fair. So one of the guys is gonna like try and give me like some vocal coaching. It's actually the guitarist's dad.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna like just start hanging out like that here and there, and
nice.
maybe I'll be joining, maybe not.
Okay. So that's great.
Hopefully I do, to be honest, because they seem really cool, and the music they're making is like very it's like very like Dio inspired.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so it's kind of like sounds like a mix of like Dio / later Black Sabbath / like mid-era Foo Fighters.
Which is Patch No Bite? Question mark.
Pretty cool.
Nice. I can't wait to see how that plays out. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, same.
Yeet.
And I don't have work until like way later tomorrow, so I can stay up pretty much as long as I really want to tonight.
Nice. Yeah, I have work tomorrow, so I don't know what. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to handle my day tomorrow, because I have a full shift, which means like, because the past week I got to work on on my projects for 4 hours.
Mm.
And then take a nap and then go to work. Now I'm not going to get that this week, so I'm trying to figure out how do I want to do this. And so usually I have like...
What time do you go in?
I go in at 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Jesus, no, I can't do that.
And then the other 3 shifts are all 1:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'm like, I don't know how I want to deal with this.
Yeah, it's hearing stuff like that that makes me really happy that the earliest my shifts start are 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah. If I keep up how I do things, I could do... yeah, I don't know how I want to do it. Alright, this bitch. Alright. I'm trying to remember. I think she's going to send out a Zubat first, and then I think this bitch has Skun Tank. Which means I need to switch out to Jaden, who has Mud Slap. But I also don't know how strong this bitch is going to be. Do you have the stream pulled up? Question mark?
Yeah, I've got it pulled up.
Alright, so you're gonna watch somebody die, I'm sure. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, probably. We'll see.
Doop.
My cat's just sitting here beside me making biscuits on the blanket. It's just like, oh, you're up. Let me get, like, right next to you.
Commander Jupiter sent out Zubat!
Ichibon, you are so clingy.
Oh my god, I only have 5 sparks left? Oh boy, I gotta make them count. I think we can handle the Zubat. I might no absorb though. Poison Fang, that's not gonna be a fun one.
Probably. Oh, nope. He's just...
Take a bite of this, child. That surprisingly worked out. Chow. Boom.
Very
Right.
George Takei.
Zubat is gone.
Oh, sleep.
Zubat is dead. Skuntank is next. Oh, this bitch. Okay, it's level 20. This is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but... Okay. I may be able to hit it with the paralysis, but that's like a 50-50 that I don't want to deal with. But I also want Jaden to be fresh when I send her out, so I'm gonna test the waters a little bit with a spark and see what happens. Poison gas, which just immediately poisons, so that's gonna be frustrating. Okay. So we have that to deal with.
Spark. Yeah, don't use Spark.
Yeah. But I want to know what else it can do. I doubt it's gonna use poison gas again, so I'm gonna antidote.
No, it's probably gonna use a physical attack next.
Flamethrower. Okay. So, don't send out Ralph.
No.
Alright, and then I got a super potion. So I know... Okay, so far everything that he's thrown at this patch can live through, which makes me feel better about it. And then Flamethrower again. Okay, so what's your last move? You have Poison Fang, Flamethrower...
Flamethrower again.
Flamethrower again... Alright. We'll switch out to Jaden.
Yeah, I would definitely say switch out to Jaden.
Okay.
What Pokemon do you have that do, like, lingering effect attacks?
That's a problem, that's very little. I had a Cricketune with Sing, but he died last episode. Mudslap can lower his accuracy, which is what I'm going to try to do.
I would have just gone with Water Pulse, to be honest.
Well, Mudslap is also the only move that is super effective against him. So here's the thing. So we're gonna Mudslap him a couple times, and then I'm gonna heal with the antidote. Yeah, we're gonna do that. It's gonna take you Snarl. Ooh, that did not feel nice. My special attack fell, which is what this is. Lower that accuracy.
Yeah, I would... Well, what type is Skuntank again?
He's Dark and Poison, which means the only thing he's weak against is ground. Which is where the problem lies. Jaden is the only one that can do any effective moves against him. But, boom! See? Okay, so, like, Mudslap is working because, you know, he missed. So now I can antidote, and there's a low chance he's going to get poisoned again. So that's how I'm going to play it. There we go. Boom. See? Look at that. Look at that. Now we're going to hit him with the Water Pulse. Not only is it stab, but we'll have a chance of confusing it. And then anytime we get hit, I'm going to hit it with the Mud Slap. Because I'm like, we're not going to... No, thank you. Because if we can confuse it and he can hurt himself, fantastic.
He'll do the work for us.
Yeah, but that didn't work. And then, fuck you! What?
Yeah, that did about the same as Mudslap, to be honest.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to touch me. Fix your shit.
You know, he's just gonna keep on having that effect on you, like, at all times.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Yeah, typically the AI, like, when they have something that doesn't affect like that, their battle AI will make sure to have that effect on you as much as possible.
Yeah. We have to wait it out.
Yeah, this is gonna be a slow one, definitely.
Yeah, this is... And me and Mia were just talking about the fucking things that are like, what is gonna be the... You know, what is the most annoying battle you've been in? And it's like, well, this is it right here.
Yep, this is gonna be the one. That's a cool background, though.
It is, it is. I mean, I was just, you know...
Like, that is a really good backdrop. I would, like, once I have a computer, I'd set that as my desktop on, like, Wallpaper Engine.
But what this tells me is that when I fight Cyrus in the top of Spear Pillar at the end of this game, I'm not going to be battling in Spear Pillar, I'm going to be battling in this, and it's not going to be nearly as epic.
Hmm.
Because I want to see, like,
Maybe.
I would love to see all of the Team Galactic Grunts behind him with the legendary portal opening, and then Cynthia and the rival behind me watching me fight.
Hmm.
So that'd be cool.
Jaden used Mud Slap. It's super effective with a question mark.
Yeah. Super effective? At some point I'm gonna run out of antidotes, and that scares me.
Yeah, that's definitely... That won't be good at all.
No, it will not. Alright, water pulse it. But yeah, at least he can't fuck it, 'cause it's gonna be really hard for him to hit me, though.
Yeah. Water.
I'm gonna give you a bath! You stanky.
You stinky skunk.
You stanky. Yeah, Startle does a lot. Fuck. Might teach it to one of my Pokemon. Come on, Jaden, carry us to victory. Do it!
Ichiban's purring. He likes the stream.
Ooh, that was a crit. I sense that they may or may not heal. Oh no, he should have. He farted on me. I'm just gonna. Ta-da! Skuntank fainted.
Finally. Only took, what, 30 years?
God, yeah. Welcome back, I am now 35. Ooh. She wants to learn ancient power.
So I'm just gonna put this out there. Juicy fruit gum sucks.
You know what?
Like, it tastes really good, but it loses its flavor so incredibly quick.
I used to love it as a kid. It's been a minute.
I mean, I did too, but that's because I was an idiot that swallowed gum.
Ah, yeah, well.
My arteries are probably dead already.
Maybe. Come out of Jupiter is defeated and we didn't lose anybody! Yay!
Yay! Oh darn, I lost to a child. Here's $1,000.
Yeah, right? And then this dude's gonna give me a bike.
Well, it's Poke Yen. So it's more like 18. It's all like $18 actually.
Yeah. Pokeyen does not get you a lot.
Yeah, because yen just is basically like, oh, 199 yen is pretty close to like $2, so.
Wow. How did that happen? Oh man.
Looks like it can be cut. Will you? No. Please stay here forever.
I wonder what would happen, just hear me out. A social experiment for a month. Everyone charges for the item twice as much as it costs to make the item. Okay, regardless of whatever the item is. So, like, glasses. Because I want to say they're around.
Well, then
like,
no profits made.
Well, hold on. Hear me out, though. It depends. That really depends. Because now that I can afford to buy all this food, I can buy all the food.
Well, the thing is, though, like, if you charge, like, how much it costs just to make the thing, then you'll actually probably be losing money because you still have to consider, like, shipping the product around and everything.
Okay.
And, like, having it go through all those other standards. Like,
okay. So then...
I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of stuff should not be nearly as expensive as it is. Like, shoes cost, like, 18 cents to manufacture and, like, another $10 to ship a shitload of them.
Right.
So they shouldn't cost at least $60. They should cost like $30 to $100.
Right.
And
so here's
still a decent profit margin.
So here's my thought. You ready? What if we do a social experiment where we raise the minimum wage to $20 an hour, but renters, homeowners, and business owners cannot raise the prices of their stuff. They're not allowed to do that.
Well, then good job. You fix the economy, but we'll never do that. Like, That's like literally the big things. It's like, oh, the minimum wage rose. Like, oh, okay, well everything else rose too. Then why did we even do this if we're just gonna rise everything else? It's dumb.
Right. But it's that cycle of like, well, don't raise, because everyone's like, well, businesses can't afford to pay people money because because their prices are too low. It's like they're gonna raise the prices because they won't have money to do it. But now people can buy more stuff and they're making more money.
The renters crisis is that like a whole bunch of landowners are like buying up like dozens upon dozens of houses and apartment complexes, and then they're charging like 6 times more than what they should be charging.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, well, we're your only option. You'll do anything. Which, honestly, I feel like lobbying that level of housing should actually be illegal.
From my understanding, that's called a monopoly.
Because that's kind of like a territorial monopoly.
Right. Ooh, I got a rare candy.
So it makes sense if that was a bit more regulated and not just like, oh, I'll just buy all these houses and charge everything for them. It's like, no.
I agree. I'm gonna give the rare candy to Flappa because you know what? I want him to fucking murder.
Studio apartments should like not cost $1,000 unless you're living in like New York or something.
Even then, I'm like, it's a very small
Even
space.
then.
In New York, you have skyscrapers, which means you have a lot more studio apartments. So, I'm thinking,
well, yeah, but
as someone who's never been to New York.
Well, the whole thing with real estate, of course, is like location, 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 and New York is a very desired location, so that brings up prices. Whereas something like, let's just say like Fresno, not very desired, so it shouldn't cost like $1,000 for a studio there, and yet it does.
Right. I think it's definitely like one of the things that like, I mean, I'm trying to keep that in mind as I move forward, because I'm like, have I told you my business idea yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, we might have, actually.
I would like to make a game store. I really would. Like a nerd store where you can buy and sell collectibles, you can, all the works, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And you know how, my vision keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, there's one building in Visalia that I know for a fact could fit all of what I want to do for not only this business, but for the film production and YouTube production and all of it. And
which one is it?
Big Bubba's.
Oh yeah, no, that building would be like really good for that.
It would be perfect. The problem, because I was talking to my parents about this, the issue why there's no businesses in the building is because they charge an obscene amount of rent.
Oh god, yeah. Which is weird, 'cause that's not even like a super popular area or anything. The zone's kind of dead.
It's not. The reasoning is because of the size of the building. I don't. Oh, okay, I can't really say that. I don't know why the price is that high.
I mean, it's a huge building.
I do know, and this is what I told my parents. They're going to be at that point where it's like, nobody's going to want to do business here because they wouldn't be able to make nearly as much profits. But the people who own the building won't be able to make any profit off of it. So what they need to do is they need to lower the building rate, because then if, like, I have a business in it, you are now getting profits on a monthly basis. And it's not just sitting there and you're not making any money. You either are not making any money or you could be making some money.
Yeah.
My Pokemon may or may not die right now. I need to send out Jaden. And so, and from what I understand, like, those like kind of cubed glass windows that they had? Well, people have been breaking them. Yeah. That's why it's all boarded up. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, give it to me. I don't mind fixing it. Like, that's totally with, like, I'm willing to do that. But at the same
time, how much they want for it?
That's something that I'm trying to figure out. I did find it available on the website, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate or if that is. But I also know I don't have the financials, nor do I have the stuff to sell. Like, first and foremost, I mean...
Oh yeah, well, of course.
There's a couple things that I want to do with it. One of them is, like, I have a checklist of things that I want. I want it to have a little library. I want to be able to buy and sell books that people may or may not enjoy. And then you can purchase those books with
I straight up crashed into it.
Oh yeah. Fucking bitch. Anyway, so then I also want tables available for people who play Pokemon cards and Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff. I'll even go as far as, ooh, I'd like to heal a little bit, because I could win this fight if I had the health. For people, like, because, you know, there's plenty of people that are like, I want to get into Dungeons & Dragons, but I don't have anybody to play with. It's like, cool, well, I'll run one-shots. And I can have, like, specific D&D days where it's like, cool, well, I will play, you know, I can... birthday parties, etc., etc. There's going to be another area that is going to be more arts and crafts. The 3D printers will be put up so you can rent a printer. We'll be able to... I'm going to sell paints, brushes, all that stuff, along with, and over by that area will be all the unpainted Dungeons & Dragons minis that you can purchase. So that way, if you wanted to, you could purchase the paints and the mini, and then you can borrow our tools to be able to paint your mini and get that all working out. I think that would be really cool.
This is a pretty big endeavor, dude.
This is a very big endeavor. The next part is that I really do like the idea of, and I missed this as a kid, my church had TV set up with an N64, a GameCube, and a Wii, so that way people can come around and play video games and hang out before the sermon starts. I want to try to bring that back and have old Xboxes, all the old consoles set up to some TVs, and have a little game corner. I feel like that would be really cool.
You know what would especially be cool with that is if you could find like old demo kiosks, demo discs too.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be, you know, keeping my ear close to the floor and my eyes open.
The GameCube ones are actually pretty easy to find.
Yeah, I want to see what I can. I want to see what I can find. I want to see what I can find. Definitely. I do know, like, when it comes to the games and just like a safety precaution, you know, only one game per console, and you know, you have to bring the game back to the front desk before I give you a new game to play on said console. And then
that reminds me, there was a game store in Bakersfield that ran out of the East Hills Mall for the longest time, and they straight up had like a LAN party room in the back. Yeah.
So I'm kind of I don't know about if I'm gonna do that, but I do know I want also a snack bar, either a snack bar or vending machines if I have to scale down. I've been thinking about, okay, how do I scale some of this down? And then, you know, throughout the place...
snack bar would actually be cheaper than vending machine.
That depends. That really does depend.
It'd also be more engaging.
It would be engaging, but, you know, a lot of people are introverts. They don't want to engage. They want to be on their own, which I respect. So, I'm going to...
I mean, that's fair, too.
I'm very, like... I get in trouble at the store a lot, because they're like, you need to say hi to every customer. I'm like, a lot of these customers don't want me to say hi to them. They don't. The extroverted ones will wave at me first, and then I'll say hi, welcome to Target, because I know you're an extrovert.
I know, like I'm glad that like my like 7-Eleven's just like, yeah, you should say hi to everyone, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you know, it's be
super lenient on that, but good, because I don't really want to say hi to most people.
Be considerate of the customer. So, yeah. I do know I want a snack bar, and then this is where the kind of like money making scheme comes in. We'd be making money off the snack bar, so that way you could buy snacks and stuff, because those would be probably the cheapest items that we have. And I do want this to be a hangout spot. The old gaming consoles and stuff, that is a free thing that you were able to do. That is just a service that is provided. You can just, if you want to hang out and do that on your lunch, you can do that. You know, we're not gonna fret over it. I would like to introduce a subscription. You can be a rewards member, and with that, you can. What is the word I'm gonna look for? You can reserve the tables whenever you need to. So you can call us ahead of time and be like, hey, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons at this time every Saturday. We'd like to reserve the spot. Cool. I will reserve that spot for you. You just have to make sure you come and take it. You know, you have to be here to be able to do it. With the library, you can rent out a book and bring it back. So if you want to borrow one of our books, you can do that and bring it back. And then when it comes to the video games, you can either buy a video game or, kind of like Blockbuster, and we can do it with CDs, DVDs, and video games, you can rent those out. Now, there will be like a deposit fee, so that way in case you do run out with one, it's like, okay, cool, we have the money to go get a new, the new thing. But it would be really cool to bring that kind of thing back, and then have all this other stuff that you can do. Would
I
you be
mean, no,
down-
especially with like the whole like nostalginess of like the late '80s, early '90s thing that's like super huge right now, and probably will be for like the next 10 years.
Yeah, probably.
Like that whole concept is something that, even though I still thought just like generally it does still have good value and everything, it also drives off of like nostalgia value almost too, so that will work. But basically what it sounds like is you want to make like the be all end all of nerd stores.
Yes. And yes, Mischief, what's the fucking phrase?
I don't know.
I would be
My
more
phone.
than willing to put on a wig and dance around you in your wheelchair for a TikTok. Where am I on the map?
Wait, did that pop up in Twitch chat or?
Yes, that is in the Twitch chat.
No, it didn't show up for whatever reason.
Give it a minute.
Weird.
How do I get off my bike? Oh, that's right. I have to register it, and then I have to. It's weird. Hi, I'd like to register the bike. Make it at the top, and then.
But no, like honestly, that sounds like a pretty cool idea, and if that's what you want to do, then freaking go for it.
Right, I just don't have the money. But I also will like obviously.
Yeah, no.
I would be making handcrafted items for people and their cosplays and stuff. I would love it. Just a general question. Simp. Yeah. I am what I am. I will not deny any of that. I'm going to. We may or may not catch the one and only fire type in this game right now. We're gonna catch a new Pokemon. And it's a Stunky! Damn it. I was really hoping for like a Gligar, but when your only weakness is ground, I mean, that's pretty solid, not gonna lie. Fuck it, I'm just gonna throw a Pokeball, see if it goes in.
I mean, that's worked like pretty much every time so far, hasn't it?
Yeah. Ah!
Wiggle,
He said no!
Wiggle.
Fuck you!
wiggle. Last chance. Dang. God.
Yeah.
It was so close.
Goop. Yeah. How dare you? We'll hit it with a quick attack.
Hey,
Another ball.
Pat, stop growling over there.
It avoided the attack? Excuse me, sir. I do not appreciate.
Man's got jukes.
Man does have mad jukes. Fucking wizard.
Oh no, he threw up on you.
You did.
Now
You
you're
did.
crying. I mean, your defense is falling.
Sure. But yeah, I was thinking about it, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about it. I know I don't have the money for it, but I know I'll be selling handcrafted items. I want to learn more about how to put consoles back together, so that way we can have a service where we do repair old game consoles. I feel like that is something where, especially a lot of adults being like, you know, I've had this since I was like 5 years old and it's not working, and I would really like it to work again to play with my 5-year-old. And so it's like, yeah, I'll fucking fix that. I think there's a whole matter of being able to get your kids and get, you know, younger siblings. I mean, you saw me and Skylar and Logan. What are we naming this thing?
Oh yeah.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
It's a-
Stella.
Stella?
Yeah, like the skunk from Over the Hedge.
Is that her name? I haven't
Yeah, her
seen,
name was Stella.
I haven't seen that movie in so long, bro.
I haven't either, but I remembered watching it on loop constantly, so I still remembered a decent chunk of it.
Yeah.
I remembered watching that constantly, and I had the tie-in game for the PS2, but I never played like the actual game mode. There was like a golf cart destruction derby mode that I would just play all the time.
Okay.
So I actually didn't really know how it really played until recently. I was like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have just focused on the destruction derby mode.
Lol. Hannah had a Destruction Derby game that I wanted to play. I think it was the Star Wars one.
The one for the Sega Dreamcast?
Yeah. She
That one's
has
actually pretty
it.
good.
She has it. I think she had it for PlayStation? I don't remember what console she had it for, but I know I want to play it.
No, the funny thing about that game is if you play as Boba Fett, your legs just dangle everywhere.
But
It's kind of hilarious. But no, that's actually a really good game. I kind of wish that they would like bring it back to modern consoles or even just port it.
speaking of Boba Fett, if you haven't seen it, tell me now.
Seen what?
Book of Boba Fett.
Nope.
Okay, you haven't seen it. Alright, I'm not gonna say
I'm
it.
waiting till it's all out.
God damn it, you're one of those people.
I wasn't with Bad Batch. I'm only like that with the ones I wasn't like that interested in initially. Like Mandalorian season 1, I was like that. Not season 2. Bad Batch, I wasn't like that. Final season of Clone Wars, I definitely was not like that. I said I was a liar. But
I was a liar.
But Book of Boba Fett, I'm gonna be like that because I wasn't too terribly interested in it.
Okay.
Granted, I've never really liked Boba Fett all that much. Like, my older brother grew up on the prequels and Attack of the Clones, so he'd always talk about Jango Fett is so cool, and he had the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game where you play as Jango Fett.
I have that
it's
game.
Like a Tomb Raider game.
I have that game.
That game's really good.
I'm pretty positive.
Like, it's not, like, great, like, for modern standards, but for the time, that game is fantastic.
Well, even then, I would say a game is good if you enjoy it. That's all that matters.
Well, yeah, no, I definitely enjoy it, but, like, it's very clear that it's aged, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay,
it's just, like...
Nuzzle is confirmed paralysis, whereas Spark is not.
It's just basically, like, if you don't like how the old Tomb Raider games play, do not play it, because you will not like it.
Oh, okay.
Because it plays pretty close to the same.
Nice.
Except you have a jetpack and you're 80 times cooler, but still.
I want to play it because I understand that that's the game where Count Dooku recruits Jango Fett.
You know what's another good game?
What?
Jedi Starfighter.
Do I have that one actually? Hold on. I don't have Starfighter. I have Rogue Squadron for the GameCube.
So the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a launch title. Did you know that?
Was it really?
That was a GameCube launch title, and that game looks beautiful for that system. Like, there's some parts of that game where I'm like, this could be running on a 360.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm not even like a huge like, oh, graphics are everything person. My big make or break is the user interface on a video game.
Yes. Because honestly,
like,
there are games I've literally just dropped because I'm like, this user interface sucks. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, like there was like this game called Space Station 13 where it was like an online role-playing game where like you're in like the space station and you're running it and everything. It's kind of like basically Among Us, but less like imposter sussy, more so just like run this spaceship and sometimes stuff happens.
I'm having the same issue with like
the user interface is just horrendous, and I could not get over it. Nothing made sense to me. It's like, I'm having fun with this, but I don't want to have to like read basically a Bible in order to understand how to do something as basic as change the color of my hair.
Right. And I think with me, like, right now, the user interface that I have a struggle with is Space Engineers.
Yes.
Irritates the shit out of me.
I haven't played it, but like looking at it, I feel like I would have problems with that.
I've had a fun time playing the game, but whenever I need to go grab resources from somewhere, I'm like, why is it so hard to find this thing?
Yeah.
I feel like...
But no, like, graphics are not like a big breaker for me. I mean, like, I actually kind of really don't like when people mod Minecraft to the point of it like looking like super realistic with like it's gotta have like the super in-depth shaders. Like, I won't do it, but if that's what you're gonna do, Godspeed. But just personally, it's just like I don't really do that because I kind of like how simple Minecraft looks.
I like ray tracing
feels
in Minecraft when
feels like Zen to me, to be honest.
I don't know. I really like ray tracing in Minecraft because I get to have like light coming through the windows, and it leads to some really beautiful like terrain in combination with like the default texture pack. Like, I think it looks really, really good. And then when you add like specific surface materials to the pixels for like
textures and like particle effect stuff like that. No, I'm cool with that type of stuff. But it's just like when people install like the certain shaders where they want like the lighting to look as realistic as possible, it feels kind of off to me.
Yeah, no, I like the realistic lighting. I like the sunlight being able to shine through the tree leaves, but you know the sun is still square. Like, I'm not gonna.
Oh no, I'm talking about the ones where like the sun is now like the one where basically people turn Minecraft into like the most realistic looking game possible.
Right, like where they smoothing out the blocks or shit like that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just play like any other game at that point.
Yeah, but it's still not Minecraft. Minecraft has a specific charm. It's really hard.
Minecraft is like, it's pretty simple at base level, to be honest.
Which is why it's perfect, is because it is so simple.
Yeah, like, I like Terraria, but Terraria is complicated, man. Like, it's not, like, you need, like, a master's degree, but compared to Minecraft, it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why I can't get into Terraria. I can't do it. I play with my cousin, but she doesn't come in with a new character, so she's, like, got everything already, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have absolutely nothing, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
No, that's the problem I can't do either, because, like, everyone that I know that, like, really wants me to play Terraria is like, oh, you've never played this game before, right? Yeah, we're gonna play on Master Mode. Why?
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, we're on, like, a normal level server, but, this is just my server, so here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this.
Yeah, when they start handing you all this stuff,
God mode.
yeah, it's like, yeah, when they start handing you everything, it's like, I don't know, I want to work to get that stuff.
Like, I don't mind being handed a thing, like, every now and then.
Yeah.
Like, every now and then you throw me a bone, like, oh, I want to make this item, but, like, I can't find this one thing, even though it's supposed to, like, just be right over here, and it's not here. It's like, oh, hey, I found this one thing. Oh, cool, can I have it? Yeah!
Yeah.
That still feels decently satisfying, but when it's just like, oh, you just spawned, here's the best weapon in the game, here's the best armor in the game, here's the best status effect in the game.
Yeah.
Go kill a rabbit.
Right.
Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
But I've also been, like, a very anti-min-maxing person.
Yeah.
Like, I optimize every single step of my gameplay to be as, like, perfect as possible.
I can't do that.
Like,
I'm struggling.
I can't.
I have a buddy who
like,
min-maxes in Dungeons & Dragons, and I get very annoyed with him very quickly, and I'm like, bruh.
Like, it just loses all fun for me. Like, it's like, if I was trying to optimize every single thing that I was trying to do at a certain thing, I would work an office job.
Right.
Like, literally. Like, it feels way too much like work.
Yeah, no, exactly. And for me, I'm just like, if you're gonna be min-maxing to play the best character that you can be, especially for Dungeons & Dragons, you're not role-playing anything. You're not, at that point, it's like, you're not doing anything new. And right now, I'm playing as a ranger who honestly should be a rogue with how he acts, but I was like, hey, you know what? What would be fun for me, or what would this character do? So there was something like I think there was like a mercenary background, which I think I picked, because it's like, well, he's a bounty hunter. That makes, of course his background is fucking mercenary. Like, what else would it be? Because I think, I don't know if my DM gets annoyed at me or not about it. But it's like, we'll be talking about our, you know, we did this for the last, every time we've made my character, it has been, well, what background do you want? I'm like, I literally told you. It's like, look, I already told you my backstory. It's right there. There it is. Oh, a turtle that travels around? Hermit.
Gaia.
Done. And then with Pika Reap, I was able to pick I think, not a fighting class, but like a roguish stereotype, and one of them was Swashbuckler. Well, he was a pirate, so I'm like, fucking, there it is, Swashbuckler.
I mean, that's the thing I've always, like, really liked about D&D, is just, like, how, like, in-depth you can go just for no other reason than just getting into the character.
And it's...
Like, you literally, like, think of, like, stupid facts that will literally never pertain to anything, but it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, yeah, it's just like one of my friend's characters. You actually knew him too. He played as like an orc a lot, but the orc was like terrified of butterflies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So when they would be playing their campaign, like he'd randomly be like role playing something, and then like he'd like act like there was a butterfly in front of him, just go, it's like start freaking out.
Yeah.
Like that's funny. It's just you're having fun with it, and you're like truly getting into the role. It's like voice acting, but you're also playing a game.
No, yeah, exactly. It's
just really entertaining.
It's an acting game, and a game
it's
about
literally like
magical math rocks.
Yeah, it's literally like improv fantasy game.
I wonder
which then makes it great because then, like, well, I won't even just say fantasy game because it's just all other tabletop RPGs.
I wonder how you would play with me as your DM.
Because, like, huh?
Yeah, I wonder, like, how you would play with me as your DM. I wonder.
Depends what we're doing. I tend to, like, kind of change myself depending on what my party is. I mean, what the one where my favorite character I ever used, Bulbous Oculi, the wizard with eyeballs, was created in, was actually... I
remember that.
He was supposed to be the crazy one of the group, but because the party had, like, no idea what it was doing, he somehow became the voice of reason.
No.
Like, I have no idea why that happens. Just like, I wanted to make the silliest character, and he's crazy, and yet he is the one determining everything. There is a problem here.
Yeah, I wonder how you would react. Dude, everyone keeps asking me, they're like, when are we gonna play D&D? I'm like, I don't know, man. I wish I did, I'm sorry.
You guys are playing 5th edition, right?
We are playing 5th edition.
Not too familiar with it, but we could try.
It's very simple. Granted, I've never played 3rd edition, so I don't know what the differences are, to be completely honest, but I've been able to grasp it fairly quickly, being brand new to all this still.
3.5, from what I've heard, is just like, it's like compared to 5th, is just like, it's a little bit more complicated in terms of just like the base level of like building your character, and the inventory's a little bit more cluttered. But that's about it from what I've heard. It's just like, that's what I first played, so obviously I'm gonna be like, I don't like the other ones, because I haven't played anything else, and change is scary.
Well, it also depends on, like, how you like to play, because I know, like, with me, I don't use encumbrance. Like, there are rules that I just don't use, because it's just like,
How do you handle ammo?
Huh?
How do you handle ammo?
I forget to keep track.
That's fair. That's how most people do it. Just don't constantly shoot off stuff, but like,
well, it's like,
it doesn't really matter how much ammo you have. We'll just always say you have just enough or whatever.
That's more of something where I'm like, I'd rather just have my players keep track of that. Where it's like, if you, for your experience, want to keep track of your arrows, and if you at some point go, out of the 20 or 30 arrows you already have, go, oh my god, I'm out of arrows, and I'm gonna feel like, I'm probably gonna give you inspiration because I'm like, I didn't even fucking think you were gonna do that. I'm not keeping track. I'm not fretting over it. Like,
so encumbrance, I typically is just like what you think, like depending on how your character is built, what you think personally that character would be able to carry, it can carry. Obviously, like a 10-pound, 2-foot thing isn't gonna be able to carry like 50 tons of something.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you think for some reason it can, then go for it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's definitely one of those things where I'm like, I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to figure out better ways to keep track of things.
I mean, honestly, it is typically better for stuff like that, to just, like, kind of have your players keep track more of that.
Well,
The other good thing that people like to do for, like, DMing in terms of, like, doing ammo for, like, arrows and stuff is, like, you have infinite, but they don't really do that much.
Mm-hmm.
The exception of, like, maybe a few special item ones.
Nah,
How do you handle special items, too, is another thing.
How do I handle special items? Well, I mean, right now I have the, certain characters I will, like, literally sit there and probably homebrew something, or like, well, this is actually something that, A, makes sense with their backstory, or B, like, I know them, I know this is something that they're going to fight at some point, I would like to be able to work this in, to just give them a little bit of help, and everyone likes to have a magic item, so...
Yeah, pretty much.
I try to work things out. I think, like, with Taylor's character, her character was very mask-centric. She had a secret identity, and she wanted to wear a mask all the time, so I'm like, okay, cool, well, I'll make these homebrew masks that all have different effects, and there'll be a guy who's a very happy salesperson selling the masks to you at some random point in your adventures. It's a random encounter, so you have the option to get it, but if you don't get it, you don't get it. It's not that big of a deal.
You've been with the terrible fate, haven't you?
Yeah, so... What?
You said mask salesman, and he said he was kind of happy, so I thought happy mask salesman Majora's Mask.
That
so
is
I said
exactly...
You've been with the terrible fate, haven't you?
Yes, it did. Well, I didn't give him a terrible fate. Angel and Nick did. Because the one time Taylor wasn't at the session, I rolled that encounter, and they just murdered the guy and stole the masks.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Well, that's the other thing you have to be ready for in DMing is, like, people could just decide, like, oh, you have this entire, like, side thing we want us to go along with this one character. I want to kill him. I don't trust him.
Honestly, it's kind of fun to watch.
And then just like, well, that's quest gone.
It's fun to watch because it's like, if it's something where it's like, they've never played the quest before, they don't know who it is, and they're like, oh, I want to go do this. I'm not really butthurt about it. And I can turn it into something later. Because, like, what happened was, since Nick and Angel killed him, they didn't really do a good job at hiding the body. And so, while they continued on the quest, by the time they got back to their base town, there's a town's guardman looking, talking with the bartender, going, he's like, I can't believe somebody would do this to this person. Da-da-da-da. Nick asked what happened, and he's like, I found this fucking corpse of this dude. He's known to travel the land here and sell masks. He was a very happy person. He didn't do anything wrong to anybody. And then
that makes sense.
And then because Angel had to stop playing for a while, hold on, it gets better. Nick was like, oh, I know the guy who probably do it. This guy is a bit sus. And tells him Angel's character did that. And so by the time Angel got back, I was like, hey, Angel, so stuff happened. Do you want me to tell you what happened? Or do you want to wait till I bring you into the session? He's like, oh, bring me into the session. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
So by the time Angel
finally... That makes sense. Because, when I was playing with, Hunter, and me and Katie and William were doing Edge of Empire, there was this Ethorian character who was named Slurg, and honestly, he was just like the nicest guy ever, but we literally blamed any bad thing we did on him, and it always worked.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
Even when we were on the planet that Watto's people are from.
Oh yeah. Chordaria?
When we were there, and they literally had video evidence of us sabotaging a base, we were still able to blame it on Slurg. Because we're like, oh no, Slurg manipulated the footage, and he did this, so this poor, like, super nice guy is wanted by the Empire, he's wanted by the Rebellion, he's wanted by the Hutt clan, like, this guy is just fucked.
That's great. I'm loving it.
And Hunter had initially planned him to be, like, a good companion and, like, a really, just a genuinely nice guy. We were just like, let's just blame everything on him.
Right? No, well, it gets better.
We've been able to get away with basically anything because of that and how, like, I don't remember what the one is in Edge of Empire, but the equivalent of charisma. Both of ours is, like, really high, so we could always just be like, oh yeah, no, Slurg did it. It's like, oh, alright, roll. It's like, oh, I failed this roll. I am slightly force sensitive. Can I try mind tricking? Yeah, roll. Perfect success. Oh.
So...
Because that's the other thing I like about how the dice system works in Edge of Empire, is there's no, like, straight up, like, entire failures or, like, straight up successes for most of it, because, like, you roll two different dice that have, like, different symbols on it that represent, like, oh, slight success with a little bad, or, like, high success with a little bad, or...
Yeah.
Like, high failure with a little bit good.
Oh, no, Monferno. Ah.
Yeah. So it's very varied. So it's never straight up like, oh, you shot your blaster, but you missed. It's more like, oh, you shot your blaster, and you missed, but it overheated, so as you throw it away and it overheats, it explodes.
Oh,
killing one of the people you were trying to go after. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
It's very dynamic. I actually prefer that dice system compared to just D&D's roll. I got a 20. But, not saying that's bad. Not saying that's bad by any means.
That also depends on, like, your DM and how they tell what happened.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely depends on that too, and like the way you weave everything.
Yeah.
And also, hopefully your DM's not using a D100.
Ha 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 ha. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But
those things are just straight up golf balls. Like, I kind of want to get one.
Yeah, I want to get one for sure. I've been using I've been using a percentage die along with another percentage die, but I use like one with just 1 through 9, and then I have one that has like 0, 0 down to 10 or 90.
Mm.
So I'll use both of them. So like if I roll, 90 on one, and then I roll a 4 on the other one, it's 94. So
I wanted to get one, and then like for like certain bosses, I'd roll it to decide like roughly how much HP it would have.
right. Ooh, I think I can get an egg from this guy. Hi. Yes, I'd like to have it. Oh, I have to take a Pokemon out, dumb bitch. Who's taking a back seat? I recommend either Patch or Jaden, seeing how the next gym is still fighting types.
How long you been streaming?
2 hours and 28 minutes.
Alright.
But yeah, do we want to switch out Jaden or Patch?
What's the next gym you said?
Fighting types. So, are we ditching our electric type or our water and ground type?
Which one's weaker?
Patch is, and I would recommend that because the gym after Maylene will be Crash or Wake, who uses water type, so we can train Patch later for that gym specifically.
Yeah, it'd probably be best to do then.
Yeah, because we're not going to get another electric type until after Wake, so I'd rather have our one electric type be alive.
Yeah.
So we'll hatch this Pokemon right here and then figure out how we want to use it. Maybe it's just the child that we have in the party at all times.
A child. No.
No. Hi? Why are you just standing there?
Lest we forget that Boba Fett almost killed Mace Windu.
Oh my god, so close.
So close.
So
But
close.
no, Mace Windu had to be lazy and be
Twice.
like, "You get this from my room."
Twice, though, he
Okay.
almost killed him.
Yeah.
Astaravia,
Now he's got his own
we
show.
already have you. Go, Jaden. Hit it with your ancient power.
I know you can do it. Just plops down. It's like, yeah, I can do it. Look at me vibe.
Look at me vibe. But no, he's gonna wreck this fucking bird, watch. I'll hit a bird
Literally
with 4 stones!
Rasta music.
Yeah, hit 2 birds with 1 stone, how about I hit 1 bird with 4 stones?
It's super effective. It fainted.
I
Oh
didn't tell
no,
him to be a Hauntar. Please tell him to become a
I-
Hauntar.
oh no, I have despawned.
Oh no. Not the D of spawning.
Not the despawninator.
Alright, come on, give us something we don't have! Shit. Shit.
It.
Shit.
Zoob. Zoobit.
Did I have one? No. Ah!
You're getting a Zoobat.
This fucking sucks. Alright, get in the ball.
And just grind it up.
I know, I want to grind it up to a Golbat, so that way I don't... Because now I feel like this round is wasted. We could have gotten like a Bonsly or a Mime Jr. That's no problem. That's what you do. You catch... As soon as you get a Rod, you catch a Magikarp at the very beginning, you catch a Zubat at the very beginning, and then you grind them up to Gyarados and Crobat, so that way, when you go to another cave, you can get good shit. Alright, it's a girl. Didn't Dracula...
Barbara.
Yeah, yeah. What? Hold on, no. Mavis.
Yes.
Mavis.
Jesus.
Send toolbox. Sorry, Mavis. You need to go over there.
Into the box.
Sorry. Alright, I think that's where we're going to end the stream, because I need to go use the restroom again. We got everybody grinded up. We got a little baby boy, or baby girl, we don't know yet. And then, yeah, so go ahead and follow. Check out the links that are posted in the chat. And we will see you guys next week at 6 p.m. Do I have anything going on? Absolutely not. I lied. No, I do. I do. Because I have my buddy's birthday, and I believe I'm going. So, how about this? To be determined? To be determined. And we'll see you guys later.